Alright, Halloween special. You ready to do this?
Yeah, a Halloween special.
Alright. What are you doing for Halloween?
Actually, you know, as I've said many times before, Joe, it seems Halloween went from being a holiday that just kids celebrated to a holiday that adults mainly celebrated, but not the adults I know, so we never have a damn thing to do on Halloween anyway.
What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm talking to you, Joe. But beyond that, what I'm actually doing tomorrow is Chris, you know, Stormtrooper Chris, TK Chris, is actually having a Halloween party, so I'm going to his place.
Who are you at right now? What are you wearing? Who are you with? What are you doing?
I'm not with anybody, although my neighbor Kenny is over there. I'm sitting in my car, you know, outside my place on a cold fall night up here in Massachusetts, talking on the phone to you, and I'm bundled up because, like I said, it is freaking cold.
Is it colder than a witch's nipple?
I don't know because I never went out with any of them goth chicks, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe you have to ask Frank or something.
Where's Frank?
Frank is supposed to be making his way here in the Frankmobile, but he's not here right now.
So, you better, actually I have a surprise for you if you enter your house.
Okay, I'll start walking towards it. Tell me about the surprise.
If you open your door and you'll find out who is waiting for you.
Okay. Why, is that a naked Vader?
Yes, it is.
I'm closing the door. I'm not even dealing with that.
The Big Van Vader, Leon White, he's also known as, he's naked in your house.
Yeah, and that's why I'm actually not going to go in it's his house now, as far as I'm concerned. So until he goes, I'm going to actually wait back out here in the car.
Why is he naked?
Yeah, I don't need having to do with that. Actually, no, I mean, naked doesn't quite describe it, because he was still wearing that little mask on his head.
Yeah.
And knee pads. But other than that, he was naked.
Why is he naked? Why does he...
Well, I said to him, look, Vid, put something on. And so you know what he did?
What?
Put on that fucking monster mask.
Yeah.
Elephant monster mask, but that was it. Like, look, blowing smoke around is not going to hide it. Puts, you know, it's
something
decent,
on, right?
You know?
Right. Why is he naked again? I didn't get that memo.
I don't know. I think he was just showering after the match.
Wow. And your house.
Oh, it was beyond me. But you know what? It must have been in your house.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Literally. Remember when Todd Pettengill gave away a house?
Yeah, Todd Pettengill and Stephanie Wyatt.
Ugh.
I shouldn't admit that I remember that, but I do.
Wow. First Stephanie
That wasn't
Wyatt.
my era, though, folks. That was not my era. I'm from the era of Monsoon and Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, Alright, before we get off track and talk about wrestling, Halloween memories, you have a few of them. You said you had a Halloween memory with Jim Jones, right?
No, I never met Jim Jones. I'm afraid I never went to Guyana. I never got to have any of the purple Kool-Aid or anything like that.
Well, who do you think, by the way, in the WWE right now would be the next Jim Jones?
I think I can see, McMahon being like that.
What a Hogan?
Hogan, yeah. I mean, instead of poisoned Kool-Aid, though, I think it would be poisoned, Hulk Hogan energy drink.
What about the Hogan microwavable chicken sandwich or the Hogan microwavable burger?
That's true. You can actually have a whole Hulk Hogan meal. You have Hulk Hogan chicken sandwich and your Hulk Hogan burger. You know, drink your Hulk Hogan energy drink with it, and, you know, cook them on your Hulk Hogan grill.
Mm-hmm.
You can have, you know, Hogan from the pantry all the way to your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. Yeah, that's what Hogan's new girlfriend said. But Hogan invading your kitchen, go to your local super Walmart, and you said you have a...
Your girlfriend, when you broke up with Brooke?
I think so. There's a visual I really don't want to see. You think after Hogan is done, you know, he gives her a leg drop?
I think that's how he finishes.
Yeah. Then he starts posing.
After he's done, he puts his hand to his ear.
Yeah.
And he poses.
You think, by the way, if Hogan ever killed anybody, like shot anybody, you think he would, after he shot the person, he would give him the leg drop?
I think after he shot someone, he would have to give him the leg drop. I mean, it's just, it'd be out of habit. I mean, that's how Columbo be able to tell that Hogan performed the murder.
Yeah.
There's one thing I don't understand, sir. If you shot him, why did you have to leg drop him?
No, I'd like to see it's an episode of Kojak with Hogan.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too.
You like Kojak?
Actually, I mean, Tony Savalas looks like he could really mix it up in those days. So, that would have been a good match. Probably depends on who booked it, but still.
Do you like Kojak?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Kojak. Yeah, who loves you, baby?
Yeah.
Tony Savalas, I mean, the guy was a sex god. Let's be serious.
Really? Who do you think will win in that fight? Kojak or Hogan?
I'm going with Kojak.
Really? Even if Hogan does the leg drop, and Hogan, he could politic before the match.
Well, Hogan, I mean, Kojak would knock him out with a lollipop,
Yeah, yeah. That's true. Do you like Kojak's lollipop?
No, yeah, I still remember the time, Kojak and this other guy walking on the pier, right? And the guy goes to light up a cigarette, right? And then he puts his mouth, Kojak just reaches over, pulls the guy's cigarette out of his mouth, tosses it off the pier, and hands the guy a lollipop. All this in, like, one fluid gesture without saying a word.
You need to do that with Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of an odd, it's kind of a random reference, but, yeah, Kenny Loggins,
Do you like Kenny Loggins? By the way, would you pay $50 to see Kenny Loggins?
No, I don't think I would pay much to see Kenny. I'm not a terribly big Kenny Loggins fan. Although I do have one question. Whatever happened to Messina? You remember those Loggins in Messina? Not Mike Messina.
John Cena?
No, not John Cena. You remember they said before Kenny Loggins had a solo career, he was part of a really boring duet known as Loggins and Messina?
Never heard of him.
Okay, well that was Kenny Loggins' pre-solo career. It's kind of like, you remember how there was Hall and Oates and then Daryl Hall had that solo career that just set the world on fire.
What do you think
There was
better?
Simon and Garfunkel.
What do you think's better, his singles career or the Heat Man?
Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me who the hell the Heat Man is.
From Mega Man 2?
What's that?
From Mega Man 2?
Oh, Mega Man 2, the guy who looks like a Zippo lighter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Heat Man all the way.
Yeah.
Mega Man. All right, it's not a Halloween memory, but Christmas memories. Okay. Okay. It's not a Halloween memory, but Christmas memories. Christmas, 1989, Mega Man 2. That's all I gotta say. All right, folks, don't even tell me we weren't spoiled in them days.
Okay, the Heat Man or Hogan?
That's a tough one. I'm probably gonna have to go with the Heat Man again. Probably because Hogan's stock has really diminished in recent years after some of the, some of the family stuff.
Brilliant. How about this? Hogan or, Hogan or Frank?
I gotta go with Frank because he's a family member.
Okay, Hogan or Naked Vader?
I'm going with Hogan on that because I'm still trying not to think about that whole Naked Vader thing.
He's waiting for you.
What's that?
He's waiting for you.
Waiting for him to leave. It looks like he's leaving now to go to his convenience store, strip mall, whatever he owns.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a strip mall because that's what he's doing in the house. In your house is a wild party. That's what they used to say.
That's right. You don't know what's going to happen in your house. So, in conclusion, should we end this right now, or should we keep going?
Well, maybe we should just go back to Halloween briefly, since that is ostensibly why we're doing this, even though we talked more about Hulk Hogan's chicken sandwich than we actually did about the Halloween.
By the way, with Hogan, you think Hogan should just open a new Hogan, like Hulk Hoagies? It's like a sandwich shop.
Hoagies?
Yeah.
I like it. They can have a lot of interesting sandwiches if you really think about it.
But how come every Hogan business venture has pretty much failed?
Yeah, I know, that's true. It's kind of like every, Gene Simmons business venture. But, Hogan had one business venture that went pretty well, the whole wrestling thing. But, yeah, all his attempts to branch out. Although Hulk Hogan Vitamins was